Oh, my name is Ken Stabler, and I'm an athlete from Foley. Used to be an athlete, Foley, Alabama, small town right outside of Mobile, Alabama. Went to the University of Alabama, '64 through '67. We were 1965 national champions. High school, we were two-time state champions. We were 29-1 in high school. We were 28-3-2 in college. 2 SEC championships. We played in the Orange Bowl, Sugar Bowl, Cotton Bowl. Drafted by the Raiders in March of 1968. Played 10 years in Oakland. Played 2 years in Houston with Bum Phillips and Earl Campbell and those guys. Finished up in New Orleans, and I did radio. I was a radio commentator. I did the color commentary for the Crimson Tide Sports Network for 10 years. I've been calling Alabama football games on the radio for the last 10 years. Last year I retired from that, and now I want to see my grandson get as good a coaching as possible at this really early age, because I know how important that is.
You're here at the Argos. How did you come across this particular team?
I have family in Scottsdale. My daughter lives in Scottsdale, and my son-in-law Scott, and they have 2 boys that are 11-year-old twins. One of them is a really passionate athlete. He wants to play. It doesn't matter what the sport. Basketball season, he's dribbling. In baseball season, he's throwing and hitting. In football season, he's catching and running and throwing. And my daughter wants him to play. I want him to play. She was looking around for situations that would give him, and we talked on the phone, a situation that would give him really good coaching. That's the most important thing. You know, it's just not going out in the street and throwing the ball, but coaching fundamentals, the fundamentals of the game. That was the first thing I was taught, first thing everybody should be taught, and it's just not, like I said, it's not, you know, it's not wild offenses that spread it out and throwing it every down, or blitzes on defense. It's how to block, how to tackle, how to run, how to catch, how to throw. Basic fundamental stuff. And she looked it up on the internet, I think. Somebody recommended it. She went to the internet. She said, "Dad, take a look at this." I went and looked on the internet at Argonauts football, and it looked very organized to me. I saw all the pictures, probably your work. Saw all the pictures, and it looked organized. And she said, "What do you think?" I said, "Let's go do it." And so I came in town for the championship game. I came from Mobile, Alabama with my family. Came through Phoenix, picked up the family here, went to California and watched Alabama and Texas in the championship game this weekend. And of course, registration is here today. So it's a good opportunity for me to come and see what's going on with my grandson and see who's going to be coaching him and see what the whole thing's about. And so far, so good. I mean, it looks great, and it looks like all the kids that are here are passionate about playing. Yeah. They want to play, and it seems like that the people who have put it together and are managing it and coaching it want the best for the kids, and it seems like a very good situation for him. And so, bang, here we are. I played the first team that I played on. As I said, my first coach, and I don't know, I'm gonna guess and say I was probably under 10 years old, maybe 10, 9, 10. And my first coach drove the Coca-Cola truck in my small hometown of Foley, Alabama, small town right outside of Mobile. And so that was my introduction to playing.
And how old were you?
Probably 10. 9, 10 years old, and an athlete. Like Justin has a passion. He wants to play. It doesn't matter what. It's just whatever season it is, and I was the same way, and he probably gets that from me. Baseball season, I love to pitch, and basketball, I shot every time I got it. And then football, I was blessed with playing with great teams. Had a great high school team around me, I had a great college team around me, and a great pro team around me. And I always played for guys. My coaches were guys that I really admired and respected, and I wanted to please them. And the best way to please an old coach is to go out and complete passes and score touchdowns and win games. And I've been fortunate on every level to have that guy to play for, and a guy that taught me those basic fundamentals, and then to be surrounded with a good team so that you can win. And on every level we've won.
That's great.
We won Little League championship, we won a college national championship, we won the Super Bowl in pro football, and that's because of, I think, 2 things. I think it's because of great players that play with a team concept and playing for great coaches.
That's great. Do you have, the last question, do you have any advice for any of these players for this season that you could share with them?
It's just the same thing that most everybody says. It's a matter of working hard. You know, work hard. Know what you're doing. You know, I'll give you an example like Peyton Manning. The thing that makes Peyton Manning so good I mean, he was voted for the 4th time the NFL Most Valuable Player. And a thing that separates him, I think, from the rest is not his size and not his arm and not his lineage, not his last name, is he outworks everybody off the field and on the field. He studies, he knows what he's doing. Work at what you're doing. Work at knowing what you're doing. Work at knowing what other people are trying to do to you. Work at the game, you know. Work at the game physically and work at the game, you know, mentally.